All right, welcome to part 2 here of how to create asteroids. For this, we need to create a spaceship that we can fly around. So there's a couple ways we can do this. First off, let's get rid of the cat. We'll hit the little X there by the cat. Secondly, let's go into our choose a sprite here, and we could go choose a sprite from the game itself. And you could come through here and browse, or you can type in something over here. And if you look for spaceship, for example, you won't find much, but there's a rocket ship. You could use that. In the costumes, I'm noticing some of these costumes I wouldn't necessarily want to use that where it's spinning around like that. I guess I could, but I prefer not to. I like that. That could work. That could definitely work. It looks a little funny to me, but it does have this animation for the engines. That's kind of cool. There's a few other options though. We could always create one. We could come in here and paint, and we could make our own spaceship, you might say. We could do this real simple. We're in vector graphics right now. If I could just created a box right here. Let's see here. I'm going to make it around the center here. I'm looking at the little picas, which are the little boxes, kind of seeing if I can get something square. Well, if you can't get something square, you can hold down Shift, and it'll snap it into a square for you. So that's something we can definitely do. Okay, so I've got a little box here. We could turn this into a spaceship, I believe. We could give it some little wings or something like that. Let's see here. We'll try another one here. And what else could we do? Let's give it a little nose. Come right up here, maybe. Come right down there. Now it looks a little wonky. It's not perfect, is it? Like I'd want that nose to look a little better. So it is possible to make your own little spaceship. I'm not saying that one looks great, but it is a possibility. You could come in here and you could fill in other colors too. So instead of doing that, another option would be to import one. So we could go to our costumes down here, and we can go up to upload costume. And what we do with that first, though, is we need a spaceship. So let's go ahead. I've been looking around a little bit for this. I found a pretty good one with Spaceship PNG Bird's Eye on my computer. I don't know. You could fish around for this. I like the looks of this little spaceship right here, this fighter jet. If I go to my image search, I can click on this and find a few good images of that. Now the problem is these ones all have a white background or checkers in the background. And if you downloaded one of them, you'd have to deal with the checkers or the white background. So I'll download a couple of these here. And let's try this one here as well, save image as. If I open these inside of Pixlr, what will happen? I can come here, upload costume, and go to our spaceship. And there it is. You see the big checkers there? I'd have to go in and delete all those checkers off. That's going to take too long. Let's try the other one. We'll go upload costume. Here is the second one. And this one has a solid white background. Again, I'd have to go through and delete off that white background. There's not an easy way to do that inside of Scratch. So I'm going to use a different program for that. Let's go over to Pixlr, pixlr.com, and I'm going to use /E, the editor. And you can see some of the other stuff we've messed around in here. I'm going to go open image. I'm going to open that spaceship that had the white background on it. And real nice and easy right here, I'm going to use my magic wand. I'm going to click on that white background. I'm going to hit delete. Control D, I can deselect it. It still has a little tiny white outline around the spaceship. I'm okay with that. We could refine that with our tolerance up here if we wanted to, but for right now, I think this will do. So I'll go File, Save. I'll call this my final spaceship. I don't know. You can call it whatever you want. And I'm going to save this specifically not as a JPEG with a white background, but as a PNG. Okay, I'll download that. All right, came into my downloads down there. And then I can jump back over to Scratch. And I can go upload costume, and I can go get that spaceship. Final spaceship. There it is. And there we go. We now have this nice spaceship. And let's use that one instead of these others. Now, this spaceship, it is way too big. It's size 100. So let's shrink it down just a little bit. 20. That's pretty close. We could get even a little smaller probably. Let's go about 15. Ooh, I like the looks of that. That looks like that'll work pretty well for me. Okay, so with that said, we now have our spaceship and we are ready to start coding.